Hey guys, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome back to our channel. How is everyone doing tonight? I hope we are well. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, Obodo fam. Hello, people. Good evening, good evening. Merry Christmas. Compliments of the season. Happy holidays. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Neka. How are you? Chidima, welcome, welcome. Thank you, everybody, for turning up. You said we should do this tonight, so you know that your wishes are my command. So I'm here so that we can deliberate on this. Mm? You are bloated due to excessive eating. Who is bloated? Don't eat too much, oh. Take it easy. Just take it easy. Christmas is a time of eating anyway. My son was like this morning, was like, there's so much food. I'm like, well, that's part of it. It's Christmas. We eat so much. There's so much leftovers from the cooking on Christmas Day that, you don't get to cook again until it's New Year, which is good. Hi, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I hope you are well. Welcome. Emeka, how are you? Thank you very much for joining me, Nora. I appreciate you. Kachi, how are you, D Kachi? Welcome. So I wanted us to talk about this. I hesitate to use the word pastor. I don't know. When I set it up, someone said, to be, you may have made a typo error. This is an error. I say, no, it's not. I use pastor because I hesitate to call him a pastor. Um, that word pastor has been bastardized and it's just been. Yesterday we were joking when we were talking about the pastor that was swearing for people that stole his. The people that stole his chicken. Who saw that video from yesterday? Did you see the show from yesterday? Bio was the one that was telling us about a pastor in Nigeria, and we're talking about how things are so difficult for Christmas and the Naomi situation and that happened in Ibadan. That was quite tragic. And then Uncle Bio told us about one pastor that they stole his chicken. It's fowl. There's a difference between fowl and chicken, okay? Who knows the difference between fowl and chicken? I don't want to call him pastor. Nelly. I'm not calling him pastor. Is it by force? I don't want to call him pastor. Nelly said I should call him pastor and leave the rest to God. Hero. I'm not calling him a pastor. That is my personal preference. His name is Toby, so I'll call him Toby. People can give the same whatever title they want. So I choose not to call him a pastor, so I'll just call him Toby. That's fine. Welcome everybody. Please give us a thumbs up. Nena, welcome, welcome. Please, as you're joining in, just give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. So, what is the gist? The gist is that Toby is facing deportation. The UK government have told him to go pack his bag and baggages and his Rolls Royce and his posh cars and posh houses and whatever and get out. Get your shit. How Stella got her groove back. How many of you remember that movie? I think that's got to be my most favorite scene in any movie I've ever seen. Pack your shit and get out. Chidima said, just like how chemists in Nigeria are called doctor. Exactly. In Nigeria, you can bear any title you want. I can wake up now and tell you that my name is Dr. Mrs. Professor, Double Chief. Just have enough money. You can buy any title. I beg. Inyeko, that's not, I'm not all about that. Okay? I'm not. Nelly said, how are you doing, Sister B? I wept when I saw the text on Daddy Freeze's live. What did they write there? Hmm? I saw the video where Portable was dragging Portable. Where Portable. That the priest went to invite Portable to his show. And that gave me a good laugh. I'm not even going to lie. You know, when the matter of what's his name? I'm digressing now, but Nelly, you're the one that is taking me to where I don't want to go. When the matter of Queen Dami and Portable happened, I think that the prince was trying to get him to come on his show. Now Portable change am o. Eh? He changed it for him. I said, Shebi, you are friend to the person that they say is a fraudster. I want to jale. I want to shake back to shower in London. Show me what you saw that video? Portable. Mhm. Oh my god, that was so funny. I laughed and laughed and laughed. Hey. So, guys, what is happening? What is happening with Toby? Toby is a Nigerian in the UK, came to this country. If you look at this article on, I think this is the Nigerian Tribune. No, the Nation. This was on the 4th of December of 2024. 21 things to know about him. Now, he's very, very controversial. Those of us who live in the UK here, we've heard about Spark Nation and, Toby, Adegboyega for years being investigated. There's been different, things being said about him. Now, you can say a lot of things about a figure, a public figure, or somebody that is influential, right? And people have a tendency to say, oh, is it true? Is it just being victimized because he's a black man? The UK don't like him. He's doing a good job and all that with, the street gangs and all this. He likes to tell people that he started his ministry in Peckham, Queen's Road, Peckham. Everybody knows, everybody who's lived in London before knows that Queen's Road, Peckham, back in the day was one of the most dangerous places in Southeast London, right? Mhm. So, um, somebody said I met him when he first came. Dark Mahogany said, I met him when he first came to the country. He was very humble and kind then. Oh, wow. There's a level of success that you will get, and that's, well, you want my gown. Your shoulders will not be like this. You'll be like hanger. You will not put your shoulder down again. You just be like this. You suspend it permanently. So a lot has been said about him. He's been investigated. We've seen the panorama video. We've seen so many ex-members of the so-called Spark Nation coming out. Okay? We've seen all that here in the UK. We've seen it. We've seen it. We all seen it. Yeah? And the main thing is that what was quite shocked that I haven't been in this country for 20 years. In 2025 will be 20 years. He came to this country in 2005, according to reports. Let me go to my notes. How is it that somebody that came to this country in 2005, living this, not just somebody that is just, an average normal person that just comes here, they start looking for work, they start by cleaning, although he did say he did some menial jobs and all that. How is it that somebody that, however it started, is reason to, some prominence now? I mean, he was invited to a prime minister's event a while ago before, how James Hadley Chase said how the cookie crumbles. Yeah, before his cookie crumbled, he was moving and rolling with the high and mighty, politicians, lawmakers, and celebrities and all that. How did he not have his things together? How did he not have his shit together? How did he not? How come he doesn't have his documents? Because I thought that document thing is something that is priority for everybody. So now they've investigated him. To be honest, anybody that's seen the panorama, if you've seen the panorama investigation, BBC investigated him. I've seen a couple of videos. This matter was brought to the House of Parliament as well, where people were talking about how so many allegations against him, right? So many, so many. Very, very lavish lifestyle, claims to be a pastor of the youth. The church is predominantly, the church is predominantly youths that are there. Young people, black people mostly, who are in their 20s and in their 30s, maybe in their 40s. Yeah. Egbon say that the priest is the biggest fraud ever. Did he? When Portable was challenging him to go and do the show, he liked to talk about pastors. Did he talk about this one? Or the friendship did not allow him to talk? Hmm? Egbon was saying the only way they refuse you to file for residence in a foreign land is if you enter with a fake ID, or you have a shady background, or you have overstayed. Okay. I saw an interview where he was saying that he didn't plan to stay in the UK. He was saying it with so much, arrogance. I didn't plan to stay. I was going to the US. Now, wow, some people, no matter what, they go see the buga. Go see the buga. Plan to stay. I didn't plan to stay in the UK. The weather is very bad. I was going to the US, but somehow I just overstayed for 20 years. Uncle, you overstayed for 20 years? Hmm. Olagbara o. Very lavish lifestyle, all those cars, mansions. They said he was staying in a 2.6 million naira. I say naira. See, Nigeria. I'm missing Nigeria. That's why I'm still saying Nigeria naira. I'm missing Nigeria. Honestly, I can't wait to go back. 2.6 million pounds house in Croydon. He was staying there. I don't know what happened to the house now. Designers, clothes, watches, name it. All the names, all the Gucci, all the Gucci, everything. That's the lifestyle. The lifestyle was the lifestyle of pop, like pop, real pop culture, like all these, what they call them, celebrities, musicians, and all these artists. Mm? Churches are registered in the UK as charity. Yeah, I belong to a church here, and I believe my church is registered as a charity in the UK. But the question that everybody keeps asking is that how is a charity that is predominantly, the 99% of the members are youths who are so-called ex-offenders, or was they were living in, they were living a criminal lifestyle, whatever. How is the church so rich? Where is the money coming from? This is charity, right? How can they afford this lifestyle though? Let's be honest. This is UK. You are registered as a charity. So charity is not a business. So you cannot do business legally. You cannot do contracts or do anything under a charity. Charity is like, it's charity, basically. People can donate and you can do some charity work, but that's it. You can't operate a charity like a business. If you are operating a business, it needs to be registered under a business name. You cannot be doing business under a charity. But if you watch that panorama, my people, now wow, Nkombe, things were happening. Some ex-members of Spark Nation were the ones that were interviewed in that panorama. So this is not me saying this. Mm? It's not me that is saying it, though. It is what the ex-members of Spark Nation have come out to tell the BBC about how they were put in debt. Some of them 5,000, some said 10,000. Their names were used to register businesses. They had what they call trap houses. Yeah, have you heard of that? Where they put all these vulnerable people. So there's a level of vulnerability with when people are in the criminal justice system. They are vulnerable people because they've been in contact with the law. We all know we have these conversations about how, because of the environment where we are, being somebody of our skin color, especially black boys, being exposed to that lifestyle where they feel like they need to join a gang, they have to sell drugs or whatever, belong to all sorts of organizations that are criminal in nature. There's a level of vulnerability that comes with it. Most of them end up in jail. That's just another conversation that is so heartbreaking. If you speak to anybody who works in the criminal justice system, your heart will break. The number of Black African children, especially Nigerians, that are in prison is alarming. Hmm. Parents, please continue to pray for your children. No, Kolon Joe, the Lord should watch over our children, because in this country, it is easy in Jesus' name. So, how was that money coming in, though? That's the question me I want to ask. Unique say Auntie B, he was financially extorting young black British folks. So in the Panorama interview, you will see ex-members of that SPAC nation, which is considered a church, saying that, loans were taken out in their names. They were put under pressure to take loans, donate money. As a matter of fact, you guys remember Marian? How many of you remember Marian? Her own video went viral where she was telling the members, the girls that were staying she was in charge of a trap house, telling them to go and sell their blood and bring money. I was like, ooh, is that deep? So a lot of the young people who were, participated in that interview with the BBC investigation said that there was an enormous pressure on them to raise funds. As a matter of fact, we saw a video of Tobi saying that members need to bring £1,000 every month. It's not too much. That he needs to raise £1,000,000 a month. It's not 1,000 naira, I said, oh. Faith, how are you, darling? It's good to see you. £1,000 per person. And we saw videos of how different groups, they were giving accounts of, how much they were able to raise for the month. They were doing accounts. And apparently, the more you raise, the more they promote you. So they have like an inner circle. They have, a top group for the ones that raise the. So it's about bringing in money. So I'm thinking, I don't understand. Somebody said Mary is the international criminal. She was locked up abroad for years. Oh, wow. Really? The way Marian was talking in that video that year when the thing was second, to be honest, yeah, the UK is a very, very funny country. Politicians in this part of the world, I think that is the appeal that somebody like Donald Trump has for a lot of you guys in the US who like Donald Trump and voted for him. Because Donald Trump is the kind of person that send you. Send you. He's not afraid to offend people. But politicians in the UK, they always want anything that has to do with political correctness. Okay, he's a black man. So politicians will just be softly peddling around him so that it won't seem as if, they won't start crying to say it's racism. This is racism. He's a black man. That's why he's doing good work. Yeah. He got a lot of recommendation back in the day when, he was literally getting these boys to come to the church and to renounce their gangs and give their life to Christ. You can see them holding their Bibles, praying and all that. But how did he get to all this fundraising? I don't understand how. I mean, to be honest, I think Tobi may have had some good intention with the kind of, he saw a group, right? He saw a group of black children that, needed that intervention. Yeah. And I'm thinking that he saw how vulnerable they was. Most of them had issues at home. Most of them needed a figure that can inspire them. They needed direction. And he provided that. He provided that. And when you put the name of God in front of anything you want to do, it's easy for you to sell it, because people will like, oh, you just quote a few scriptures. How are they getting our broke uncles and aunties in Nigeria that are struggling. How are they getting them to the money that they don't even have to go and pay? Somebody says Christ Embassy star. How are they getting them to drop their last penny, ekpini, that they have when they cannot eat? It's the same thing. You tell them that God will bless you. The more you give, the more God will bless you. Is this seed sowing thing that I don't know if it's scriptural. I don't think it's scriptural because I can't see anywhere in the Bible where, I mean, even if you were to sow seed, that they sell it in a way that is like your salvation is tied to sowing seed. I don't think people should be pressurized to sow seed. It should be something, even tithing. As a Christian, if you want to tithe, fine. If you don't want to tithe, it's your prerogative. But this seed sowing thing, olagbara o. So people were put under pressure. Somebody says juju. Dark mahogany says juju. Trust me. Really? Mm. It's easy to use juju to explain everything, but I don't believe you. No. You see, the greatest juju, dark mahogany. The biggest juju is psyching people in their brain. Mm. That is the greatest juju. When you can psych people, you enter into their brain and psych them and say, God says, no juju pass that one, my brother or sister. Mhm. So they were meant to donate £1,000 monthly, being pressured to take loans out. I took notes as I was watching the panorama. And then a lot of them complained that businesses were being registered in their name without their knowledge. And they were ending up with basic that they didn't know anything about. Hmm. It's ordinary. There's I don't know. It's easy for you to believe that everything is juju. I think our people, yeah, when we cannot explain something, it's easy. Juju is always our reference point. It's juju. Brainwashing, not pay. Juju nothing. It's brainwashing. Mm. So businesses being registered in their name, companies being registered, and they will use the same companies to, open bank accounts, take overdrafts. And you see how the money was from the BBC panorama. It wasn't one bulk money that they would just get like maybe £50,000 or 40,000 or 30,000. No, it's not small. 5,000 here, 3,000 here, 2,000 here. Just like that. But every little helps. It adds up. It adds up when you put all, because it's a very big group. He said that it's the biggest. How did he describe it? The biggest church that is independent church or something like that in the whole of Europe, or I don't know. He just said it's the biggest independent church or something like that because it was giving different interviews. One thing I noticed about this Toby guy, every interview I've seen him, whether it's been on YouTube, he was interviewed on YouTube, or anywhere you've seen him, he can never give a straight answer to any question. My people, what does that remind you of? Somebody that can never answer it. A question that is yes or no. You cannot answer it. You go around. Con man. That is the mark of a con man. Yeah. When you can never answer a question. So all this was going on. Former members were, made allegations that they were being, impersonating them to get loans overdraft, open fake businesses. Sewing was the main thing. How much are you sewing this month? How are young people? We are talking about people that were in their 20s. They are just literally in university, or some of them have recently graduated, just have their first job. How much is their take home after all the taxes and all the deduction? If you take £1,000, even for people that are high earners, you take £1,000 every month out of your salary, your take home, what's going to be left? You have rent to pay, you have utility to pay. Some of them have cars, they have to drive because I think a lot of them now aspire to the lifestyle as well. So you see them wearing all those expensive suits, wristwatches, jewelry, driving the Lamborghini cars. I saw a video once upon a time where it was about 5 or 6, all these, what do they call it? The Ferraris? I don't know if you saw that. They lined them up like this, and they said it was Pack Nations. Say, Egbami o. Please, oh, where is this money coming from? Me, I'm asking genuinely, oh. Mhm. Because they say, follow who no road, make yourself no loss. Where is it coming from? And then I saw a video, Egbamoti must say he will make it in Nigeria. I can see him getting chieftaincy title, running for politics. Okay, oh. All right. He said it in an interview now that I will be bigger in Nigeria. I'll be bigger in France. I'll be bigger. Mm? Some this person that is saying that that is Jewish, he keeps saying that the cars are they are rented. Well, it's possible because those cars are expensive. They are millions. Yeah, is either they are rented or they were probably bought on finance, of which servicing those cars is not going to be a joke. Yeah, very very high profile lifestyle. Yeah. So the question I'm asking tonight is that okay, before the question, one of the people that was interviewed said that they felt ridiculed for not bringing in enough money. This is a charity, it's a church, right? And you ridicule the same people that you are helping. You say, oh, you leading them away from the life of crime, for them to drop all their knives and whatever they are doing, gang related activities, life of criminality. But you put them under so much pressure and you are ridiculing them for not bringing enough money. That's how they said they felt. Hmm. Yeah. Some of them even said that they were meant to go into benefit fraud. I saw a young lady that got into trouble um, with the DWP, which is the Department for Works and Pension. She got into trouble because apparently they got her details. A member of the so-called organization got her details, registered her for benefits because she had lost her job and she couldn't contribute anymore. Mm. And they started piling up the application and lied. She said that they lied. The next thing she knew, they said that she had 3 kids, or 2 kids, of which she doesn't have any child, so that she can get more money. At the end of the day, before she knew it, they were collecting money and the money was not paid into her account. She said she was being investigated. She never saw, she said the money that was paid out, she only saw about £300 out of that money. These are former members, I'm telling you. The interview is there now. And it's just I cannot play it because BBC, they are very, very strict with their censoring. So if I play it, I'm gonna get into trouble. So yeah. How is this happening? How? All this is happening, and Toby did not have a car. And I said he did not have a car. He did not have a definite leave. I mean, what do they call it? Indefinite leave is not definite. Indefinite leave to remain or British Pali. How is this possible? Is it that he forgot? Or is it that the application was in the home office and they didn't give him visa? Or they didn't give him the leave to remain? Jonathan said in each of the interviews he will contradict the previous ones. Emma Sheo, I didn't know you people saw it. Neka said that he was running a criminal organization. Hmm. Yeah. Nelly is asking a really good question. What is wrong with this? People giving their pastors all their money. It's called brainwashing. Brain. Opolo. Ishe opolo. Brainwashing. When they will tell you that the more you give, the more God is happy with you. You are not in good times. It's the name of, you see, wars have started all in the name of God. Oh. They started wars. 2 countries will start because of the name of God. There's nothing that can incite people like when they are able to sell you some bogus or whatever deal using the name of God. Who was the one that said it? Was it Aristotle that said it, or one of these great philosophers that said it, that there is no the greatest opium that you can think of is when how is that quote? You guys remind me of that quote when you use the name of God and you can get people. People get high on it. So I don't know why it's difficult for you people to believe that you can actually cite somebody to believe that, okay, this is it. So when we were younger, we didn't know anything about giving, the kind of religion that was practiced then, Christianity. Nobody was talking about uh, sowing seed and all that lifestyle. But now, it's like you have to pay for your salvation. You have to pay. And they will tell you that the more you pay, the more God is happy with you. Yeah. How many people actually knows? How many people knows or they know God for themselves though? How many? How many people know God for themselves? Ask me. This is the cars I was talking about. This is the lineup of the cars I was talking about. Let me share my link, guys. So that's to tell you that you see, I keep telling people every day, pay social media, social media, social media. You guys be careful. Don't believe everything you see online. Mm. Mhm. Francis said, I don't support the deportation. I want him to be jailed in the UK. But he said that they've never convicted him of anything, any criminal offense. And it's true. You know how I said that the UK has a way of soft peddling around when it comes to something that might involve. Politicians are very, very careful here. They don't want anything that will be racially inciting so that they won't say, oh, it's because it's black. It's because it's black. Because people can easily claim that, oh, I'm being targeted because of my race. You look at this. Did you see the cast? And he said, if you are angry, it's because you don't like good things. Toby shows off the luxury cars his sons and daughters drove to church. Oh, na packaging, no. Oh, na packaging. Check. You see? What are these cars called? Are these Ferraris? Hmm? Anthony said it's almost like Calvary did not happen to these Christians. They still have to sow seed for their salvation. Yeah. Maybe Christians are very, very vulnerable. That's what one thing you need to understand. It takes time for you to develop your faith to a level where you even know that you don't even need a man of God. You don't need pastor. And if you do need a pastor, it's for guidance. See, the access to God as a Christian is through Jesus. If you know Jesus, you will know God. You don't need any third person. Any other thing that you're going to need aside of Jesus is the Holy Spirit. But it takes time for you to build your faith to a point where you know that you can have access. You don't need to go through somebody that is going to tell you to pay. Because this is what a lot of Nigerian pastors sadly do. They monetize the salvation that they are giving you. It's like you have to pay. So seed, so seed. We see it happening all the time. Even in Nigeria. A lot of pastors do this. And that's why you see in the last couple of years, a lot of people are now like this. If this they're discouraged. They are so discouraged, and people don't really want, it's like Christianity is becoming something that a lot of young people they don't even want to deal with. Teaching on your side saying he's never been convicted because he's not directly own anything. He uses other people. He has no legal right to run a business. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, a lot of the businesses were registered in other people's name. Yeah, they are registered in other people's names, and businesses not registered in his name and all that. A lot has gone on in Spark Nation, guys. You can do your search or your research. A lot has gone on in that place, and they actually shut it down. Remember, they shut it down. Yeah, but they didn't prosecute him because, like Ethan Conyesta said, he's very, very is smart. Maybe he couldn't open a business because for you to be able to open a business here, you need to have the right to stay in the country. Or maybe he was just smart enough not to use his name. I don't know. But a lot has gone on in that congregation, guys. So last said, Auntie B, there's another one my niece is going to, and very similar to Spark Nation. It's called RPF, Redeemed Pillar of Fire, Europe. Obaton. My young family attends, and we try talking to her, but she won't listen. Yeah. These places are almost like a court. You can't tell them anything because brainwashing is serious. Yeah. Okay, I remember what I was trying to say now. Karl Marx said that religion is the opium of the people. Yeah. That's what Karl Marx said. Religion is the opium of the people. What is opium? That is what they used to make all these drugs, like cocaine, heroin. So there's a level that you get high when you get sucked into this level of religiosity. It's got nothing to do with Christ. It's got everything to do with brainwashing and getting you to. It's almost like manipulating you to do what you want. Mm? This said he was not convicted because he clears his traces properly. He got people to do his dirty work, so there's no evidence to secure a conviction. Yeah. So that's our dark mahogany. Do you get it now? You know when you were saying that it's juju, that you are convinced it's juju. So use juju to explain things. But the philosophers already said it about what religion can make people do. This same religion, in another religion, is where they will convince you, pay. There are 7 virgins waiting for you. Don't you see how powerful this thing is? No wonder colonialism was laid on that foundation. The whole the whole of Africa was colonized. It started with religion. Then trade entered. Then they saw all the resources that Africa had. That's how powerful it is. There is a place better up that you are going to go to if you do so, so, and so, and so. So they will convince somebody that there are 7 virgins waiting for you, and that you yourself should buy yourself while you are trying to buy people. You see how powerful religion is? It is more powerful than juju because it will enter your brain and you will have a level of belief that is so strong that nobody can talk you out of it. So that's our brother that is saying that the cousin is attending one, another one where they're exploiting them. They will do anything for that pastor. Pastor in quotes. So yeah. Why is somebody here for so long? Do you think that the Home Office deliberately didn't give him the paper because they've been investigating him and they knew that there was something not quite right in Spark Nation? Why do you think they didn't give him indefinite leave? Why didn't they give him British passports? The link is in the comment section, guys. Please give us a thumbs up and come in. Come into the studio. Let's have a conversation very quickly. Dr. Abi said, these young people are looking for a sense of belonging. It's a challenge to us as parents to spend time with them, not just chasing all the dollars and pounds. That's absolutely correct, especially fathers. Fathers, I know some of you are really doing very well. You are trying. The ones that are really, really family oriented, you are trying. But there's a lapse, an acute lapse of, mentors, fathers that will take their place to mentor their sons, to teach them. It's very, very important too. Very, very important. It's not just money. That's why I always encourage men, even if you are not together with the woman, the mother of your children, try to be in their life. And some women as well. I know some women deny their exes access to their children, which is pathetic, if you ask me. I always discourage it here. If you're a woman in that category and you do that, hey, if a man actively wants to be in the children's life and you are denying that role, see, you cannot be father and mother. You cannot be father and mother The reason why single parent is something that, is happening so much now is because some fathers don't want to be involved, but there are fathers that want to be involved, but the ex will say, no, I don't want you, don't come. You'll be actively denying children. You cannot be a man. You're a woman, you can do your best. Let fathers be fathers. Because if you're actively denying fathers of their role in the children's life, you are joking and you are playing with fire. Mm? The eagle said there are people who have been programmed to go to places like that because they are idol worshippers. They worship humans and disobey the word of God. For you to obey the word of God, you need to know it. Okay? You need to first know it. You cannot obey what you don't know. So it comes. That's why the Bible says that faith comes by hearing, and hearing the word of God. You need to know. Knowledge is what you need. In everything in life, you need knowledge. You need to have knowledge. The only way to know God is to know Him. And how do you know Him? You hear and you read. Read your Bible. Shikena. Hear messages. But people like we like shortcuts. We like easy things. I don't know, mentally, and when it comes to knowledge, Black people are generally very lazy. It do me go to say that, but it's true. We are lazy when it comes to seeking knowledge. People think it's a waste of time for them to read a book. You prefer somebody to tell you what to do instead of you to read. Osato said, because people are more drawn towards emotion than objectivism and realism, hence the religion's drunkenness. Okay. Honey babe, hi darling, welcome. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, Auntie B. How are you?
I'm good, love. Welcome.
Thank you. Am I the first one to call?
Yes, you are. Are you ready? Or you want me to come back to you later?
No. I'm ready, Auntie B. I'm ready. Thank you.
Go ahead.
The question that you asked, I think, was to do with the fact that why he's still in the country. And people
Why
need
have
to
they
reflect.
denied him for 20 years? Why do you think they denied him?
I don't know if I've mentioned this before. My aunt came, when did she come? Almost 20 years ago. And she overstayed. No, she used someone else's passport. It took her 20 years to get her indefinite leave to remain. People need to understand that my son's dad, I'm going to be quite candid, overstayed on his
A lot of people overstayed, yeah.
on his student visa. Now, I didn't know about this until we was very deep in the relationship. I take my hand up to that, and we had to get a lawyer. And he was quite candid and said that even with me being British and me being pregnant and me at that time being engaged with him, there's no guarantee. So this assumption that because your spouse is British has got nothing to do with it. If you have overstayed and they can prove that, there's no guarantee you're going to stay in the country. I give you an example. My cousin, she's no longer married to this gentleman, but she was married to him. And because she decided to omit certain things out of the application, they rejected her application for her husband to come to the UK. Now she's British. So this assumption that because your spouse is British, that isn't guaranteed for you to stay in the country, that's not the case.
Yeah.
He overstayed on his visa. I saw the interview with that BBC lady, and he said that he was a boy. You're 20 something. I don't know how you equate yourself to being a boy. And you said that your uncles, wherever, were supposed to handle it. He deliberately overstayed. Let's just be candid with that.
He said that his uncles were supposed to. That was a very ridiculous thing to say, don't you think?
I bought my first house at 22. I was not a child. For you are a certain age and you are classed as an adult. He deliberately overstayed, as many, sorry to say, Africans do. Let's just be accountable for that. He thought he was smart. He thought he was clever because he had started a church and he had so-called MPs, congratulating him. It doesn't work that way. If you've overstayed, even with your children, even with a quote unquote British wife, they can now decide that you have overstayed and you need to go back to Nigeria. It's just clear. The assumption that because you marry a British spouse, it's a guarantee to stay in this country is very much, I can give a lot of examples. That is not the case.
Yeah.
That is not the case. As far as I'm concerned, why should you, Everybody else has come legally, whether it's coming as a student and then going back or doing the necessary applying for another visa. Why should you get a pass to do a shortcut? You've overstayed. And if you've
Yeah.
overstayed, there's repercussions for that. So if you've
Right.
overstayed, you need to go back. I don't care. It's got nothing to do with what he has done. If he was a regular Joe Blogs, as far as I'm concerned, you're going to go back. The fact that he has been exposed, and yes, people are saying they cannot hold him down to say that he did that. That's neither here nor there. The fact of the matter is that he overstayed. Leave Spark Nation out of it, and so he needs to go back. Whether he
Do you
goes back
think
and
that
apply.
Do you think that, honey babe, do you think that the fact that he was investigated and all these damning evidence were coming out about him may have contributed to why the Home Office is insisting that he's lost all his right now? I don't think he can even
No,
appeal
because
anymore.
with my cousin, this is the mistake. She was married before. This was her second marriage. The mistake she made was that when she was applying for her then husband, she didn't tell the Home Office that she's been married before. They now saw that as deception. She pleaded, she tried everything, and they said no. Full stop. The fact that she was British didn't make a difference. If you've
So,
lied or omitted information or you've
yeah.
overstayed, like I said, do the crime, do the time. Is that simple for me? Because there's
So,
decent human beings that come to this country illegally and don't overstay.
the thing that anybody listening to this show, in case you are in a category whereby you are still trying to stabilize yourself anywhere you are in the abroad, this
Yes.
is very good information for you. See,
Yes.
these people, they know how to keep records.
But Auntie B,
Don't even try to lie about your application. Don't lie.
yeah,
If
but
you
yeah,
lie, you have children. You told them you have children before all of a sudden you don't have children, or you didn't
yeah,
have children. All of a sudden you have children that you don't have, or Honey Baby saying now about an auntie that was married, omitted it or lied about it. They go
yeah, that
catch
she's been married
you.
before, thinking
They
that
go
she
catch
got
you.
married. She got married, like I said, she got married in another country. She in Europe, not knowing that, as you know, in the European Union they talk. So she thought she was clever. She said it was a mistake. I did side eye for her. Because I don't know how you forget that you've been married before. How did you forget that you've been divorced? She deliberately withheld it, and I stand by saying that, even though she's my cousin. And at the end of the day, because of that, they refused her husband 4 times, even
Wow.
with her being British. Because as far as they're concerned, you have lied, you've deceived them. That's you done. So
Hmm.
that's why for me it's intentional. He's 40 something years old. Why didn't he sort out his legal status years ago? I
They
think
say
it's
he's
just
on
the
the top.
self-entitlement because he's a bad boy. That's fine, be a bad boy. But at the end of the day, it's got
You
nothing to
know
do
he's the
with
top.
his alleged whatever he's done. It's to do with the fact that you overstayed on your visa. It's that simple.
Let,
So
let, let
go
me
back
let
to Nigeria.
Let me ask you one quick question, honey baby, before I come to Henry. Henry is in the studio. Guys, please
Yeah.
give us a thumbs up. And if you have any advice in terms of, remember, this is not even for Toby. It's for our people that are watching and listening
Yes,
and
yes, yes,
need some information.
yes.
Anything you can say to help somebody that is listening now and thinking, I'm in this situation, what can I do? Please jump in the studio and, that information might
Mm,
be vital in helping somebody out there.
mm.
You are um sorry, I'm trying to compose it properly.
What
You
else to
you
do?
you visit Daddy Freeze from time to time, and this is somebody that is Korikosu. They are besties.
Yeah.
And now that
Mm,
this matter was trending, what did you have to say
mm.
about this situation?
I promised myself I'll be good. I'll be good. My opinion regarding DF, I don't even want to talk about him. I always have this thing, and I say this when I'm talking to my son about, the way to behave. I say this is in terms of show me your friends and it shows me who you are. I'm very much about the opinion. If you have certain people or friends and they are of a criminal nature, then you have to check yourself and say that, what does that say about you? So the fact that he has all these friends, it just shows me that this particular person, DF, there's something not right, because I'm all about who my friends are as a reflection of me.
Show me
So
your
that's
friend
what,
and tell you who
yeah,
you are.
show me your friend, shows me who you are. I'm not going to say any more than that because I promised myself I'll be good this 2025 in terms of what I say.
2025, Honey Beaver is repented. That's good. We love it for you.
I
Thank you,
will
my
calm
darling.
myself down. But
All
what
right.
I will say is that even if you say, oh, let's talk to our people, a lot of our people don't give a damn. They will still do the illegal route because it's an easier route. There's two roads. There's the hard way, which is longer, and there's the easy way, which is shorter. A lot
It's
of
not
us will
easy.
want to do the easy way, and there's a lot of our people that know it's wrong, have the information, but choose to do what they need to do. And so, as
Mm.
far as I'm concerned, if you choose to, follow this type of route, deal with the consequences.
Mm.
It's all about being it's all about being accountable. Like I
Sensible.
said, you can educate people, but some information falls on deaf ears, and they would choose to believe that, you know what, I am going to overstay deliberately. I know of a gentleman that has told me his cousin has intentionally overstayed in this country recently. So
Mm.
people are still doing it. They know that they shouldn't do it, but they don't care.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much,
Thank you,
sweetheart.
Auntie D. Take care.
Lovely to talk to you. My accountability prefect, Honey Babe, will hold you accountable. Anybody. She no send. Thank you, sweetie. Henry, welcome. Please unmute yourself. Where you
Thank
joining us
you.
from?
So now, all Kidola.
Now your name now Henry today. You know say
That's
you
not
no
my
fit hide from us. Why you dey change your name?
no. That's my English name.
Your English name now Henry.
Harry, Harry Ola. You know,
Mm-hmm.
that my friend called.
Welcome.
Uh-huh.
Merry Christmas.
Same to you. God bless. Long life.
Amen. You
Mm.
dey chop?
No, I just have to eat my salad.
Okay, talk to us first before you continue to the chew.
Okay. How can you drive a car in England if you don't have social security number as an illegal, right? How can this guy actually able to drive all these cars, afford these cars, mm, rent some of these expensive
You don't need
hotels?
social security to drive. You need a driver's license.
Yeah, but you have to be legal because driving license is almost like an identity
Yeah, you can use international. You can use Nigerian driver's license.
for somebody that is illegal in a
Mm-hmm.
country, have no documents
Mm-hmm.
that is even a residence of a place.
Yeah.
So how do they allow him to buy Rolls Royce,
They say
drive?
he didn't buy it. Oh, Ola, thank you very much, man of prestige. I appreciate you. They say he didn't buy it according to what people are saying now that they were probably loaned or something.
Or maybe rented?
Rented, yes.
Ah, because I wonder, because if you don't have all these documents, your movement actually is limited. Wearing Versace, I really don't know much about him, but it seems like Nigeria face have been once again being destroyed by some of all these boys.
Yep.
Yeah, that's how Nigeria actually. That's how our people are being rude. We have no, only that we just proud people. Some of us are very hardworking, but the tiny ones are just the one damaging the name. Out of
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
fastness. I understand.
You can use like international license for 1 year in the UK, but remember, he might not be the one that is driving. With his
But
clout, he might have one of those boys driving him.
yeah, but the way it's showing sometimes on the driving seat, coming
Mm-hmm.
out, it's rolling with that Rolls Royce in the in the garage,
Mm-hmm.
speaking about,
I think he
oh,
has
this just
license. Back in the
yeah.
day, you could get a license without having a permanent residence.
I don't think if you can never have a driving license without not having a residence permit to live in a place. You can
That's
never
in
have
the
a back.
US, not in the UK.
Also in the UK, if you don't have documents, you can open bank account. You can be
Yeah.
pinning money in the banks and other things.
Well, it depends. It is changed now, but remember he came in 2000 and is it 1990? When did he come? He came to the country back when things were a little different. Remember, immigration law changes all the time. It's been here since 2005, 2006. Yeah, 2005. It's been here since 2005. So the laws in 2005 are different. I think he has a license.
Yeah, but let's just be honest. I also blame the British system because you allow somebody to operate long time. At least if you want to renew something, even if you want to even renew your bank pass or you want to whatever you want to do with it, they must ask you for the identity. Though they
Mhm,
continue renewing these things for him, they renew possibilities, drive license for him. They allow him to have access like people who have a permanent residence in the country.
How often do you renew your license in the US?
That's the last one, maybe 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so you have to renew it. But how is you operating on that level, high level like that, without no backup, nothing, you know? So it's a little bit strange.
Let me tell you a story, because this Tobi's story now reminds me of somebody I met in 2022. He's a Nigerian as well. And if he didn't tell me, there was no way I would know that he was here illegally. This guy has businesses. He drives. He even has a house. I don't know how he did it. So it was when he opened up to me, was like, he's been here for so long, he's been filing application after application, they keep rejecting him, and now he's come to the end. So how it works in the UK is that as long as you have an application with the Home Office, which is your what do you call it in your country, the homeland, whatever, you can stay for as long as your there's no decision made, and they have a lot of backlog here, so your application can be there for years and you will not hear back. You can stay. So I think that's what may have happened, that it's just when they come with an outcome, you will challenge it and appeal, and you can keep appealing until you've exhausted your appeal process. And I think that's where Toby is now. He's been appealing and appealing and appealing, and I think now, yeah.
It's a pity. It's a pity that Nigeria have to face this thing. He have friends, people supporting him who are like celebrities in Nigeria, who are like, so
the video is one of his besties as well. He's always with him. He even gave Chama a Hermes bag. Last year, he gifted Chama a Hermes bag that is worth over 15 or 20,000.
Yeah, because Nigeria worship money. If you have money, if you have money, you have money. So definitely people will worship him. If you don't have money in Nigeria, they will not shake you with full hand, they will shake you with one finger. That's what's actually going on in Nigeria.
Yeah, Nigeria, but he's not in Nigeria, he's here.
Yeah, but he still have communication with Nigerian community, both in Nigeria and the one in Britain, all over the world. For those that fashion his type of lifestyle, you understand me? Because I know a lot of women, even when it's like this, they know his way is not clean. I know a lot of women will be calling him fine boy, the guy to be with. Is this kind of guys I'm looking for? Not a honest guy who work hard, possibly cannot even afford a Toyota, but at least he's still working with his leg, taking the bus or ride his bicycle. No, they don't want such a guy. They say this is a blessed one. This kind of one I want. And this life is a short life. This enjoyment in Western world. It's a short one. Definitely, they will strip him of everything.
I think they want to send him to Nigeria. That's what the government wants to do.
No, they will do it. It's just a matter of time. They will do it. The white people don't play. The white people don't play because they have already caused too many trouble to them. You have to be lucky that they didn't even charge him yet.
Yeah,
they let him just go peacefully.
Yeah, I think they've decided that that's the best way. Just let's send him packing. Maybe he will come to you people's side this time around. After all, he said it before that it's America. He wanted to go. He didn't want to come to UK.
No, here.
He said he was not coming here.
No,
America.
My sister here. They will find all kind of charges
on him. He will go and meet Donald Trump.
They will allow him to beat traffic once. Then they will pull him over. They'll put 30 charges on his head that he himself will be scratching his head. Where are this one coming from? Before they finally jail him to serve all his crimes, what he have done for a very long time. But only that the British are very, very, they have mercy. You should just leave. It's a nasty man. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Henry. Brother Kidala, you must always bring the gender divide. You cannot make a conversation without bringing in gender. What has gender got to? We're not even talking about relationship, but we shall bring the gender matter into it. It's okay. We understand. Kitchen Connoisseur, hello sis. How are you? How was your Christmas?
It was lovely. Merry Christmas, Free.
Merry Christmas, sis.
I hope you had a lovely time.
Don't tell me you spend the Christmas cooking because I know you can cook.
Do you know what? I did very little this year. I was lazy. I
Good,
did something very
good,
small and I went and ate at my sister's. So I
good.
didn't,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
I
should look
didn't
for
run
places to go and
around.
eat. That's a really good idea. Go around and eat in your family members.
I
Yeah.
know I was pampered. I put my feet up. I hope you did the same too. You're not cooking all
No,
day.
I did cook. I cook, because I've been away. I have this mom's guilt. So I've
Yes.
been cooking since I came back.
I'm sure they were happy to have your food.
They were. Mm.
So, to your pastor, to this interesting topic, you know what? I didn't know this man, but because he's been trending so much, I was forced to listen and
Mm-hmm.
follow on what he was saying. And what I found the most interesting were his interviews. I
Yeah.
mean, his interviews are mind blowing. The
Yeah.
audacity, the
Mm-hmm.
audacity. And one thing is, I was also, when you watch the interviews, you also listen to people's comments. People were saying he's very intelligent, he's very clever, he's doing this. All he was doing was being very evasive, very elusive in his answers. So
Yeah.
let me address some of the things. One of the things they asked him was, are you going to be deported? He said, no, never. That is not up to him. It's not a matter for him. It's totally out of his hands. And clearly, at this point in time, with so much stacked up against him, he has to be careful about what he says. I was even concerned that he was still giving a lot of interviews, talking about this, talking about that, blaming BBC. If I had
Mm-hmm.
been him, I would have just set myself in a corner and sat
Mm-hmm.
tight and
It's
waited.
confidence. It's overconfidence.
It's the audacity and the confidence, and oh
Mm-hmm.
my goodness. And then one of the other things he said, they can't convict me of anything. They can
Mm-hmm.
never find anything. That was
Mm-hmm.
because the simple question, without even going to look at how clever and calculating he's been, is that first of all, in terms of setting up the directors for the charity commission when Spark Nation started, they would have wanted people who were legal,
Of
people
course.
who had a standing in the British
Most of those
society.
kids in the church are all legal because most of them were born here.
Exactly. So,
Mm-hmm.
in terms of the directors, if you listen to the interviews, you know that he had directors of people who were British. So, he had to use those people and then he stepped back and he was just directing behind the scenes because
Mm-hmm.
he couldn't have put himself there because he didn't
Mm-hmm.
have the papers to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And that goes for every single thing that has happened. The bank accounts, because he was saying, I've never signed for anything, I've never withdrawn anything. You can't, you
Like
know how
it's almost
tight.
like he was expecting this day to come.
No, you know how tight the laws are in terms of opening these big business bank accounts. You have to provide the paperwork. What paperwork would he have provided if he was illegal? He couldn't
Mm-hmm.
have. He
Mm-hmm.
couldn't have. What I think is, I think he just rode on the fact that because he was getting bigger and bigger and he had connections everywhere,
Kitchen Canosia, are you there?
he hoped that would get him good stead to get him his
Mm-hmm.
papers.
Mm-hmm.
I think that is what he hoped. You guys will remember a few years ago, there was an illegal immigrant in France who was called the Spider Man.
Mm-hmm.
This boy saw a child hanging from a
Yes.
top floor in a
Yes.
balcony. He was an
Yes.
illegal
I
immigrant.
remember the
This
story
guy
very well.
climbed up the stairs, climbed
Mm-hmm.
up all the floors, and
Yes. To go
rescued
and
his
rescue him.
cow, his
Yes.
child.
Yes.
And Macron, the president of France, gave him citizenship
He's an
because of
African boy.
that
I can't
act
remember what
of
country he came
bravery.
from. Mm-hmm.
They actually asked him what he wanted to
Mm-hmm.
do in life. He said he wanted to be a fireman. They
Hmm.
granted him entrance into the fireman whatever training program.
The way he was
So
flying like
I
a
think Toby
Spider-Man.
in his own way was thinking his good deeds are going to
Mm-hmm.
lend him a place. They are going to grant him somehow.
Mm-hmm.
And what has turned is that things have turned badly because of all the negativity that has come out, the mismanagement of funds, and so on. When everything is in tatters and in the public eye, you are not going to get away with the British people.
Yep, yep, yep.
Hello?
Yeah, we're hearing you. Go ahead, kitchen connoisseur. Go ahead. We can hear you. Yeah. Guys, please give us a thumbs up. Kitchen connoisseur, we can hear you, sis. It's like you cannot hear us anymore. Somebody said that they think their name is Dark Mahogany said, I think everything is in his wife's name. You know, I've never seen the wife's picture. I've never really seen the wife's picture. Does he have children? The only person I've seen was the footballer's wife that was linked to him. How many of you saw that scandal? That it said that she was giving her husband's money. It was the husband that called the ex-wife out. You guys remember? The Super Eagles, the footballer. What's his name? Olarewaju Kayode, that was accusing the wife that she gave a car, she gave this. At a point, he even said that even accused what's it called? Okay, the guy is from Mali. Oh wow. Yeah, it's good that he got that job. Because you gonna start, you just cut off. Okay, the link is still in the comment section. If you want to contribute, please jump in very quickly. I've never seen the picture of the wife. Honestly, I don't even know anything about his family life. He has a wife or children or anything like that. All we see is Lamborghinis and designers gear up and down. Yeah. And this footballer that was calling, this one called him out with his full chest, babe. You were with my wife. You were sleeping with my wife. The guy went on and on and on and on and on about this matter. Very, very pompous. You know, that's ego. We always say that Nigerian man has ego, but he's on another level. I need £1 million. I need £1 million. I need to have £1 million every month. In this country, 1 million, now you call like saying 1 million naira. Hey, oh, lagbara, oh. That is very, very serious. You should be able to give me £1,000 and people will run away with it. So I know when it comes to, all this Christianity and things like this, people get very emotional. People get very sentimental about it because emotions are attached. It's my man of God. My man of God. If I don't see him, I don't want to see Jesus. I have to see him first. Leave Jesus on the side. Let me see him first. Yeah. It's very, very easy to manipulate and brainwash people using the name of God. That's what people should know. And that's why, even when we talk about the issues that we'll talk about here regarding marriage and domestic violence, you see that most women, if they are men of God, Osinachi is a good example. If your pastor tells you to stay and pray, you will. Even though you know that they will stay. Because they believe, most Africans believe that the pastor is the mouthpiece of God. The pastor hears directly from God and he will now translate it to me. Yes, spiritual abuse. That's what it is called. Chidinma. You get it. So, like Kitchen Connoisseur was saying, now the matter is in the public space and, they release the information that he's been told to leave. I don't know. I don't know if he has any right to appeal because there's a stage you get to that you cannot appeal anymore. You've exhausted all the appeal. Or rather, they will tell you to even go back to your home country. And then you go and file from there. Unfortunately, Nigeria is not one of those countries that you can claim asylum from what I understand. There are a number of countries in Africa that you can probably claim asylum, maybe Cameroon or any of those countries where they have, wars going on. But Nigeria, I don't think you can claim asylum. From what I've heard, that is very, very difficult. They will tell you that No, everything. There might be a lot of issues in the country, but you cannot claim asylum. Babes Win said Toby is too proud and arrogant. He know his wife is British still. They won't give him paper. Last, he will be deported. Let's wait and see. Okay. Life with Natsu. Hello, sweetie. How are you? She said these cars were leased. I know someone that lives that life in America, leasing cars up and down, looking like a big boy. Oh, nah, fake. Hmm. Instagram live, social media live. Believe it at your own risk. Mm. No asylum again for Nigerians. It was only when Abacha was alive. And Lola said the wife is very, very quiet. Yes. Okay, that's why we've not heard of her. Ah. And honey babe, our accountability professor said having a British wife, it won't help you. Sorry, it won't. Even having British children does not help you. You know, in America, once you have a child, and here your incoming president wants to stop it now. You know, nationality by birth. The fact that you gave birth in America mhm, does not mean that you become American. Here, yeah, you guys still, I mean, a lot of Nigerians have enjoyed that. Africans generally have enjoyed that in Canada, in America, but British, they're not saying you. If you like, born 20 children. MB says Shamima Begum, born in the UK, was stripped of her British citizenship. What makes him think he can't be deported? Um, his case is slightly different from Shamima Begum. Shamima Begum, she carry her two left leg, go marry people where they buy people up and down for Syria. So it's kind of different, but still, I get your point. Anybody can be denied, yeah, because he still has a green passport. Mm, he still has a green passport. D said he has a wife that the public knows about, but he listed another wife with another name on the immigration application document. Lobaton. Hey, Chineke na God. Baba T, now you are dey still like this, so. Compliment of the season. You know, send my Christmas present though. This one you enter studio today, so nice to see you, bro. Is that nobody knows tomorrow? He may not be deported. Okay. So said, go pay T-Pain asylum for where you want run, leave go, others go. You when you run, leave others go rush and come. Osato, you are not serious, so. Ah. Okay, Dark Mahogany said he won't be deported, he will leave before the deadline. Well, from the way he's been talking, I think he will probably live with his dignity if he has any left. He will live with that because the way he's been talking that if I'm in Nigeria, I'll be very successful. If I'm this, I'm, so much bragado. So, yeah. Maybe his friend Davido can come to his rescue. Unfortunately, with all this document thing, money cannot buy it. You cannot say, give me 100 million and I'll buy it. Mm-mm. There's nothing you can do. Yeah. The lady Divafu said he's very devious. I worked with teenagers who were exploited by this man. Send him back. He's very vicious and cares only about himself. Oh, wow. And you know the painful thing about this, with those teenagers now that feeling that were exploited financially, it will now give them a very bad taste about what Christianity is. They will now be thinking that, oh, if this is what it means to be a Christian, I don't want to be a Christian. But this is not what being a Christian is, unfortunately. It's very, very sad. When people use the name of God and do things like this, it's painful, honestly. It's really, really painful. Because these are genuine young people who have a hunger and thirst for God. And now, look at what this young lady just said now. Exploring or exploiting teenagers because of money. Go and bring money. So feed. I need £1,000. And it's not the best. Kábẹ̀rù Ọlọ́run. Let us fear God. The Bible says that the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. Let us fear God. Let us fear God. At the end of the day, you can't take it with you. What would be said about you? If he eventually gets deported now, you see, I'm sure a lot of people will come out and start talking freely. You know, some of them don't want to talk because they don't want to put their face out there. Maybe they're ashamed or they're afraid Because the way Spark Nation was described by that panorama, it was like a cult. You either belong or you don't belong. And it shouldn't be. It's sad, honestly. And it's unfortunate that, things like this, always Nigerians will be hearing their name, Nigeria, 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 calling yourself a pastor. Is this the what would Jesus do? Is this what Jesus would do? Kichi understand saying he said that there are many more other countries that have invited him to come and stay. Okay, that's all right. We wish him well. But the funny thing is that his bestie that we see on social media that is always dragging other pastors and calling their names and calling them out, making shows and shows and shows about them. When he came to his own friend now, DF, we didn't hear anything, no. Shorayelode, can you see? You see live? You see live? He will not say anything now. All these allegations. It's not just allegations, there are facts. People coming out to say, I was a member, this is what happened to me. He said, no, went to Portable. Let me even look for the video. And we'll use it to end. When Portable was dragging him and saying, Chebi is your friend. Your friend, Tobi. Guys, give us a thumbs up. Your friend did this. Your friend did this. So you can call other people out. No, you have to call everybody out now. If you can call one out, call all of them out. Let's know. Let's know. Guys, give us a thumbs up. I'm about to end. Yeah, let me look for that video. I appreciate you guys. Our parents taught us that your name, you only have one name. And your name is the thing that is very, very important. Very, very important. Because after all is said and done, your name is what people will remember. What would they remember your name for? Lola said, yes, his dad was my pastor, but let me just keep my mouth shut about Tobi's case. It is well, and it's really painful. Tobi, to be honest. Was the wife, he did say in one of the interviews that his dad is a pastor as well. Was the dad a good pastor? Was he a genuine pastor? Lola, you said he was your mom's pastor. Was your pastor? Oh, wow. Yeah. Anna's Nation. Yeah, that's what our parents taught us. A good name is better than riches. Riches will come and go. Riches will come and go. Riches, they will come and go. Nigerians, may God help us. We worship a thing God. And that thing God is money. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, share the video. Did you see my short? I posted a short today. I'm trying to look for this video. I think I would have seen it on Instagram. Instagram would have brought it out. Oh my God, Portable. I cannot find it. I can't find it. Osato said the day I believe that some people can never be awoken in this sleep of brainwashing was the day this Pastor Tobi embarrassed his choristers in the pulpit. Then he basically scolded them like a kid. Yeah. It's the same arrogance. Did you see the arrogance in that video? Yes. It's the same arrogance. And they continued. That person will still go to that church. Probably make him to apologize. Yeah. Somebody say I hate Portable. Portable is a character. Portable. No, that one is another character. He used to be funny, but now with this damning matter, I think Koja yeah. No, it was too much. That was a little bit too much. Nobody's finding him funny anymore now because it's crazy. It's just crazy. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. Okay. I think I've seen the video. You guys wait. I'm gonna play it before we end the show. Portable. All right. Yeah, that person will still go back to the church. Oh, people don't think for themselves. Oh, our people. Well, the day they learn to think for themselves is the day that they will be free. You know what, Osato? Is it not Bob Marley that said it? Emancipate yourself from mental slavery. None but ourselves can free our minds. Yeah. Our people, no, they don't want to be emancipated. Though.
God bless you, sir. Portable. I share with you, Daddy Fizu. Okay. Nobody bang me. I see you say go. More talk on live video. All the matter more talk. I get busy. I have a show. How you do? Also, I need money. So as we don't make money, oh come. You don't share the money. I got me know it. Oh yeah, still in money being the penny. I'm a responsible man. I think
I'm Portable know the meaning of responsible. I know feel laugh. English, maybe English don't alarm. You can't say it. I'm a responsible man. Responsible man on the top say they're responsible. You see, man of prestige. I think I found it. I'm a responsible man. Oh my goodness. Oh, somebody said that Portable behaves like a village man with no education. What is he before? Do you know? I recently found out that he lives in Sangota. Do you know where Sangota is? Okay, he's in Ogun State. All right. I used to think that he lived somewhere like what's it called? Lagos, Ikorodu. That's what I had in mind, but I didn't even know he didn't make it to Lagos. Sangota. He said, I'm a responsible man. Oh yeah, now.
Take care of my home. I'm responsible for woman because of tomorrow. I got me 100%. I'm not a scam boy. I'm not a Yahoo boy. I do music. I do music for living. I'm a spender. Yes, I'm a hustler. For you, boy, gunguni. Information about today, local me. She me go with them. She spoiled me for them. They collect her phone. And they collect her phone. And they see different kind of number. But don't be more for me. If I don't go, if I don't see them,
people collect for this video.
The picture. John to long, ma binu so yimbo so that one leg go.
He say Ibadan people no get POP. Now say he talk. He say Ibadan people have never seen POP before. Ibadan people collect for Zazu hand for this video. I don't think this is the video I'm looking for. Ola, I can't find it though. I need to end. When he was dragging.
One man phone here the smell to have phone go back.
No, it's not this one.
Still online. So I'm a send I'm not sending go back. I don't send you for our own share. Shipo. Gift. Daddy, what's
Can you see what you hear what he's saying?
Online wife photo. Make she no use her own spoil. You know why I power for the girl? Make she no spoil my home for me. I respect my home.
Oh my God.
She do like that. I want ya me don't mean good more. I want mama she bed. Today I'm a para.
I beg, Portable. Enough is enough. Mo hear what I beg. when they talk home, you know the meaning of home. I don't know whether Zazu know the meaning of home. I beg. No leave Zazu matter alone. I beg. I tell you for say home. If they use that word, you know, if you like say the interpretation when Zazu they give to anything, I don't know. I can't deal. I can't deal. Mhm. I cannot. Oh. Mhm. Oh my God. I just cannot deal. My home. My home. I respect my home. I'm a responsible man. Oh, Jesus. It is well. Thank you very much, everybody. I can't find the video, so let's just call it a day. Let's call it a day and leave Zazu alone, because Zazu is another case on his own. If we start Zazu matter, Nikurombi Ileni, no need. I just decided when I saw how he was dragging his so-called baby mama, Abi, she baby mama ni Abi girlfriend ni. What is she to him? Ejo, I don't know. The so-called queen, the way Zazu was I decided not to just, because I was just like, you know what? Nah, there's no point. There's no point at all. There is really no point talking about this guy. Yeah, there's no point. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you guys. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you for watching, and I shall see you very, very soon. Lagbara long. It's not they don't spoil. Gravitas, they say they shouldn't spoil his home. They shouldn't spoil my home for me. I'm a responsible man. Oh, I saw that video. I was like, oh my God. Lola said, Auntie B, I was one of their foundation members. His dad is very extremely well reserved, true man of God. It's sad that Toby just misrode. Thank you so much, Lola, for giving us that information. The older generation, most of them were actually on the right path with this Christianity thing. But you see, Ojukokoro tikpoju. With this generation, Ojukokoro, the love of money, otikpoju. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you guys. If I don't see you before the new year, let me wish you a happy new year now. I wish you a very, very prosperous new year ahead. And this is my advice. You know, I'm a Nigerian. We Nigerians like to give unsolicited advice. Anyway, it's solicited because you are here. And if you are here, it's because you want to hear my advice. Anyway, so that's not unsolicited. This is what I'm going to say to you concerning 2025. Anything, say this after me. Anything that will steal my joy and steal my peace in 2025, I cancel it in Jesus' name. Lórúkọ Jésù. I cancel it. I cut it off. If it's a human being, if it's a fowl, if it's an animal, whoever it is that will reduce my happiness, my joy, and steal my peace in 2025, cancel, 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 delete, block. So I'm wishing you a very peaceful, healthy new year. Because I'm not sure. We might see before the new year. You never know. But I have a lot of encouragement videos coming up. So make sure you stay tuned. I did one today. I'm going to post it before the new year. And I also have another one I'm going to make based on the feedback I got on my Instagram today. Somebody was saying that they were trusting God to get married in 2024. It didn't happen. And I went to check her page. One single picture this young lady did not have. One. She didn't have. She said she's shy. See? In 2024. Oh, then walk up. So I'm going to have to address that. I'm going to have to address why the baddies are getting men. And you Jesus babies, the real genuine ones, you can't get anybody. You're not going to get anybody on your couch. Oh. No, not in this day and age. You won't get anybody inside your house watching Netflix, chilling on Netflix. So I have a video that I'm going to do to address that. Let me tell you something. If you are looking for a spouse, don't let anybody deceive you. Pay the scarcity. This is why I always tell you guys on this platform, there is no scarcity in God. No scarcity in God. You don't need all the men in this world. You don't need all the women in this world. You just need one. One good one is what you need. So why are you? Somebody will come and tell you that, no. Don't confess what you want to see. You are what you confess. Let me not get into it. I'm going to address that in another video that I will share. Yeah? Yeah. Ngozi, she's not ready, right? Yeah. One picture she didn't have. I'm like, what? To check your page. What if I was a guy interested in you? You don't have a single picture. No. Okay. Thank you so much, everybody. Look out for all the videos I'll be dropping before the new year, and I shall see you guys soon. I love you guys. Thank you so much for hanging on with me here. I like those who have liked. Have you liked? I love those who have liked. If you have not liked, then you don't love me. If you love me, you will subscribe. So I find that a lot of Nigerians or a lot of people that watch are not subscribed because they think it's paid. YouTube subscription is free. Oh, you do not pay, so please subscribe. They won't ask you for your card or anything like that. Subscribe, like, and I shall see you soon. Bye, guys. Mama 5. Hope you had a good Christmas. Speak soon. Love you. Okay.